To their next apparatus, the four teams that are competing in rotation for. But right now, let's take a little time out, go downstairs. Jen Hildren is with the commish.
This is the second consecutive year the SEC Championships have been held at a neutral site here at Bartow Arena in Birmingham. Commissioner, do you feel that the move to a neutral site was a good one?
I think so. It's created a lot of new fans for us. It's given us, I think, a little more neutral atmosphere for our event. You still got a lot of big crowds from certain schools, of course, but I think it's a great atmosphere for it. It's been exciting here tonight.
Well, you've got to be kind of emotional tonight. You're about to retire after this year. This will be your final SEC Championships. You've got to be proud of how your SEC stacks up against the nation.
It really is. This is a tremendous gymnastics conference, as you well know. This is really a preview of the NCAAs. It really is. I think there's at least 3 teams here that can finish 1, 2, 3 in the NCAA.
We'll be looking for them. Thank you.
Thank you.
The fourth rotation draw has LSU on vault, Bama on bars, and then Georgia on the balance beam, which is always dangerous. We're going to take a look at Alabama now as they come back to competition here, and young Jeana Rice.
Coming off a bye, so they've had time to rest after the 2 adrenaline events. Now they can refocus for bars and beam.
So they've had a chance to kind of sit on the sidelines for a while, and as you say, refocus. What would they have done backstage, so to speak?
Well, some athletes like to stay out of the arena totally, sit back, relax a little bit. Some athletes want to know what's going on, and they keep an eye on their competition, so it depends upon the particular athlete. Jeana doing a nice job here, ending with a sky-high full-in. Step on the landing, but a clean routine.
Well, Jeana Rice opens up, or reopens, shall we say, for Alabama here on the uneven parallel bars in what is their 3rd rotation, actually, their 3rd apparatus, with a nice score. And we go to Michelle Emmons for the University of Georgia. So back-to-back, we see the 2 teams that are really vying for the title here tonight. But Georgia has to come from behind at this point.
It's a tough position to be in when you're going to balance beam, the make-or-break event. But Michelle has been a key contributor on this event all year, and a confident layout. So aggressive. And keep in mind, the Alabama fans are sitting right in front of the balance beam area, and the Georgia fans, interesting enough, are sitting right in front of the bars area where Alabama is competing right now.
When Michelle turns and goes in this direction, she's going away from the Alabama fans. But when she turns back and comes at us, they're right in her face. I should mention that Georgia trailing Alabama after 2 complete rotations for each team by only 0.05, so it's not much. They're really dead even, as are LSU and Florida, dead even for 3rd place in the competition.
We said it would be a battle, and it's going to come down to the final events. Nice stuck landing on that front full. Michelle did a great job for the gym dog. Suzanne is happy.
Well, every complete routine and every stuck landing is so important at an SEC Championships. 9.825 for Michelle Emmons. Marina Degteva is going to go on vault. Now, she also stepped out of bounds in her floor exercise routine, and the 10th that she lost, along with the 10th that we saw, really hurt LSU's chances. Oh,
but
nice
she
vault,
capitalizes on this 10-0 start value vault. That's what LSU needs to do. They have a couple 9-9 starts at the start of their lineup. They need to get the big scores when they put up those 10-0 starts.
Oh, they've got to fight back here for Marina Degteva. A nice vault after a little miscue in floor exercise. This is the way it should be done, and there's a lot more to come. WorldSpan presents the SEC Women's Gymnastics Championships here on SEC TV, and the house is full of crazy fans here at Bartow Arena. Many of them come from nearby Auburn to cheer for their favorite team that came in here, the Auburn Tigers, with high hopes.
We'd rather come here and have a great meet, and if we get beat by 5 teams that are better than us, that's fine, as long as we have a great meet. If we have a great meet and we don't make regionals because there are 6 other teams better than us in our region, that's fine. We know that we're going to be a much better team next year. But the goal is also not to come up here and have a bad meet and then wonder what if for the next 9 months.
Auburn has some personal goals that extend far beyond the SEC. They are looking for a good score here to solidify a place for them at regional championships. And this is a great high-pressure meet for this young, developing team to gain some valuable experience.
Well, they certainly are on a building road with a new gymnasium. They've got quite a few of their athletes healthy again, like Courtney Puckett here, who put up the second-best score to her teammate Lisa Clark on balance beam and is looking to continue that trend here on the floor exercise.
It has been somewhat of a frustrating year for Jeff Thompson and his team, though. Just as they get one solid athlete back, they lose another to injury. It's been an uphill battle and quite a roller coaster year for them.
Well, they have a chance to showcase their talent on the floor. Again, the biggest stage here at Bartow.
Courtney's one of those athletes who have come back very strong from her injury. She hasn't skipped a beat.
Saw her not in the lineup, but competing in demonstration for a couple of meets, and now she is back in the lineup and making a major contribution for the Tigers.
All right, nice job for Courtney.
Courtney Puckett for Auburn University, and her coach, Rochelle Thompson, the first there to congratulate her. Again, a young protege. 9.825, again, a very nice score for Auburn's Courtney Puckett.
She had not high difficulty in her tumbling, but it was clean. Here's the whip half, front layout, front tuck, 3 saltos in combination. She gains valuable bonus points there.
And we move to Alabama's Natalie Barrington, one of the seniors on this very experienced team.
For 4 years now, she's been one of the top bar workers in the country, an All-American on this event, and you'll see why. Impeccable form, combination work into her pack salto down on the low bar. The gymnast must show 2 bar changes on this event. Giant full, immediate double tuck dismount. Again, a slight hop on the landing.
All the coaches are over there, and 9.900 from the judges is going to keep Alabama right in the thick of things here as Natalie Barrington performs on uneven bars.
Alabama is happy with their performances, but you can see in their faces that they are giving away just small little tenths that they know that they could stick those landings and pick those 1 to 2 tenths up. That 9.9 could have been a 9.95.
We go to Sierra Sapunar on balance beam, and we would like to emphasize that for the first time since the first rotation, both Alabama and Georgia are in the arena competing here in rotation 4.
And believe me, that is something that this Georgia team probably discussed and thought about beforehand, that when they were on beam, this crowd was going to be loud and rambunctious.
Well, there is a chorus of boos in the background, but it's for a score elsewhere in the arena. Nevertheless, Sierra Sapunar is competing where there is a huge contingent of Alabama fans down at this end of the arena.
It doesn't seem to be phasing her. Alabama and Georgia have already met 3 times this year, so they're used to this kind of intensity and pressure when they're competing against each other.
Sierra Sapunar has already put up a 9.900 in her first appearance for the evening.
Sierra's quite a perfectionist, and you can see it coming out in this beam routine. Switch leap, straddle jump. Slightly off there, but you wouldn't notice it, no deduction.
Her hard work in training to come back is very evident. She's very lean, very much in control.
Cartwheel gainer full. Beautiful technique on that dismount. A great routine for Sierra. Boy, she's hot tonight, huh?
Oh, indeed. At 9.9 again. Look at this. That's 2 of them for Sierra Sapunar. We are certainly seeing the potential that we knew she had, but it is manifesting itself right in front of the crowd here tonight at Bartow Arena. Lots more like this when we come back. At Travel Companies. Well, here at the SEC Championships, both the Alabama and Georgia fans know what is at stake. Very simply, an SEC title. And Andree Pickens has been the leader for Alabama here tonight. She's pretty much put away the individual all-around competition, at least through the first two apparatus. Her principal rival, Cory Fritzinger, is also thrust into a leadership role for Georgia. So the two studs, if you will, are going to go head-to-head here for the rest of the night.
And Andree is putting together a nice all-around score so far with a 9-9 and a 9-9-5 counting. But you know, you ask her, she'll tell you her #1 priority is getting the job done for the sole benefit of the success of this team.
Well, the bigger number that she puts up,
amazing!
the better off the team is. So, you know, she may be going for the team or the individual all around. 9.950. Oh, it doesn't matter what she's going for. Those scores are hard to beat.
You know, you talk to any top athlete, they said they would trade in their national championship ring to have success for their team, even if it means just qualifying to the national championships. Andrea is a true team player here and a phenomenal bar worker. Several major release moves, and that dismount was sky high, just beautiful.
Cory Fritzinger has not been able to match the scores by Pickens as an individual, but she knows that the pressure is right on her now for the team, and she loves pressure.
I've always thrived on the pressure. I like going last. Even when we do inter-squads and practice, I ask to be last. And I don't know why, it's just something I've always done, even in club. And I know we're going to do good. And if the first couple people go up, and I do sometimes notice if they wobble or not, but I try not to watch the routines, just concentrate on what I have to do when I go up. But you know, just as long as everybody stays on, I think we'll be all right.
So far, so good for Georgia. They have stayed on and they have stayed in this competition. And Cory Fritzinger, of course, well, she loves pressure. She ought to be loving this.
Cory's last up in that anchor spot. Definite pressure on her right now. Oh.
Oh.
She balked on her series, but you know what? You ask any coach, they would rather see her pull back and only do 2 back handsprings, still get credit for the series, than to go for it and fall off. She knew her body, her gymnastics. She knew she was crooked, so she stopped.
What she might not have known is how many Georgia Bulldog hearts stopped at that moment. Every single 1/10 of a point counts. And if she had fallen off, that would have been huge. As it is, she has, so far anyway, saved her beam routine.
You know, you don't like to see an athlete hold back and change her routine in competition, but sometimes the best athletes are those that think through it. She's showing her experience here. The score will hurt slightly because of that missing element. She's missing some difficulty, but she stays on the apparatus, and that's what Suzanne wants right now.
And the rest of it was just fine. A 9.700 is a lot better than it might have been for Cory Fritzinger and for the Georgia Bulldogs.
A couple judges had her start values a little bit lower than that 10-0 start. She does get bonus for the switch leap, the gainer layout, but missing the series does hurt slightly.
LSU's Nicki Arnstead. Again, LSU and Florida both kind of hanging in there, dead even after 2 rotations.
Great job, yes. She upgraded this vault just a couple weeks ago to a 10-0 start value. I said that LSU needed to capitalize on those 10-0 start values. A 9-9, great job.
That is going to do the LSU Tigers very proud here as they continue to fight for their chances of an SEC title.
I think this is one of the toughest vaults, one of the toughest 10-0 start values. Half on, half front layout. Power has to be there. Technique needs to be right on.
Bama was red hot on bars. Georgia was not so hot on balance beam. What was a dead even meet is now very much in Alabama's favor. Downstairs to Jen Hildreth.
Hey, Dee, you guys came out with a strong start on beam where you wanted to be a little disappointed here after the vault. What are your feelings right now with one event to go?
Well, we're going to have to be on top of the bar. We really have to do everything we can do on bars to, I think, even compete for third. 2 out-of-bounds deductions hurt us, and then for your 2 last vaulters to fall very, very short of what they're capable of, and both of them are capable of that 9-9, 9-9-5, so that was very disappointing.
LSU ready to go to their final apparatus, and so do the lead.